Hello, students. We are continuing with the chapter Water, in which we will learn today the variety of rainwater harvesting. The rainwater harvesting means the activity of collecting rainwater directly and store it in big tanks for later use, or making the rainwater percolate into the ground more efficiently to recharge the groundwater. Actually, the rain is the main source of the fresh water, and through fresh water, we do our daily activities starting from drinking to washing to cleaning to every work. So, the rainwater has to be judiciously and economically collected, and it has to be stored in proper way so that we can use it when our water supply is less. This is the basic principle behind the rainwater harvesting. The rainwater harvesting is mainly collected by two techniques. One is collection and storage of rainwater in tanks for future use, that is when there is scarcity of water. It is a very non technical way. Here it you are just simply collecting the rainwater, and but the storage has to be proper, like it has to be covered properly and stored so that in future when we need the water we can use that water. Or to make the rainwater percolate into the ground more efficiently by constructing percolation pit and recharge wells so as to recharge or replenish the groundwater. To replenish the groundwater or to recharge the groundwater, we should take the rainwater or allow the rainwater to percolate it in proper manner so that it can be recharged in a proper way, again for the same meaning or again for the same purpose, so that we can use it in a later way, in a later purpose when it is absolutely required. Now the rainwater harvesting can be done in two ways. One is the rooftop rainwater harvesting, and another one is the rainwater harvesting from the open spaces around the building. Now we will see how these two rainwater harvesting can be done. Here you can see the picture of rainwater harvesting in the rooftop. Another one is the simple method, that is the rainwater is collected, and please remember the places or the areas where rainwater are being collected in huge amount from the rooftop. Roofs are generally of this size and this shape is maximum, so that if it has to be a flat roof, then we are having some difficulties in collecting the water. So in order to maximize, or collection has to be maximized, the rooftop is constructed in such a manner. Or in another method, it is taken in a catchment area where it has to be stored, and then ultimately through different methods which we will describe or discuss in the later part, rainwater is collected. First one is the rooftop rainwater harvesting. That is, it can be done for the two purposes. One is the collecting the rainwater falling on roof and storing it in the big tanks for later use, or collecting the rainwater falling on the roof and making it percolate into the groundwater to recharge the groundwater. So, in one method of rooftop rainwater harvesting, the rainwater collecting on the roof of the house is brought down through the rainwater pipe, and they are collected in the big underground tank, which is again made up of concrete. And then this water may contain soil particle from the roof and needs to be filtered, because if the water contains soil particles, then there is a chance that these soil particles will make the water dirty first of all, or it may uh, obstruct the pathway, so it has to be filtered, and then the stored rainwater can then be used when there is water scarcity. Or in the second method of the rooftop rainwater harvesting, the pipe bringing down the rainwater collecting on the roof of the house, they are directly fit into the percolation made on the ground. The percolation pit has a layer of broken bricks at the bottom, a layer of gravel in the middle, and a layer of coarse sand at the top. So what is the total, or how the percolation pit is constructed? That is, the at the top you can get the coarse sand, in middle you can get the layer of gravel, and at the bottom you can get the bricks, and then it is covered with a concrete slab. A narrow bore about 3 meters deep is dug into the ground. The outlet pipe coming out of the percolation pit put in this before. Now, this rainwater system, the way it has been constructed, this rainwater system can be worked in this manner, like the rainwater which are collected on the roof of a house is brought down by the rainwater pipe into the percolation pit. Now their rainwater gets filtered. 3 layers, if you can remember, are being used for construction, where they are cleared or filtered. Now they are coming out through the outlet pipe, and then this outlet pipe takes the rainwater deep into the ground, and then uh, but here one thing you have to remember clearly, that is the digging of the deep bore in the ground to put the rainwater is necessary to absorb rainwater in city areas, because the depth of the clay soil is more in such areas. But wherever the depth of the clay soil is more, rooftop rainwater harvesting to recharge groundwater is done through the percolation pits with deep bore. Now we are coming the rainwater harvesting from the open spaces around the building. The rooftop rainwater harvesting already we had discussed. Now we will discuss the rainwater which can be collected or which can be harvested from the open spaces around the building. Now, the rainwater harvesting from the open spaces around the building is basically done by constructing a percolation pits covered with concrete slab having holes in them. These now are then connected to the recharge well through. Now the recharge well is about, say, more or less it is about 1 meter in diameter, and their depth is 3 meters. Now, so after that, what happens? The rainwater falling on the open spaces which are around the building goes into the percolation pit through the holes in the concrete slab cover. Now, after filtration the percolation pit, rainwater enters the recharge well through outlet pipe, and gradually they seep into the soil. So please, the main purpose of rainwater harvesting is not to hold rainwater on the surface of the earth, but to make rainwater percolate under the ground more efficiently so as to recharge the groundwater. Because ultimately, from groundwater only, all these activities of construction of the tube wells, bore wells, hand pump, whatever, for whatever purpose you are constructing or whatever purpose you are uplifting the water, these water all are coming from the groundwater, which is again recharged by the rainwater. So the groundwater always have to be there in sufficient amount so that they can always help us whenever we need to take water from underground. So the main purpose of the rainwater is to recharge the groundwater, and additionally we can take the rainwater or we can collect the rainwater above the ground also whenever say when there is water scarcity, so that we can use that water also. So here comes the end of the water chapter. I hope this chapter is clear to you. Here we had learned why there is importance of water, the different sources, different functions of water, the effects of heavy water, effects of less water, and ultimately we had learned about the rainwater harvesting. So, in the next class, we will solve the NCERT questions. Till then, all of you remain safe, remain healthy, remain at home, avoid unnecessary going out of your home. But if you go out, always use the mask and carry sanitizer. Stay well, stay happy. Thank you.